I'm joined with Margate player and manager Ben Greenhalgh after Margate's convincing 4-0 win in the FA Cup against Loxwood FC. Ben, leading by example springs to mind, hat-trick for you and a team win. How are you feeling?
Yeah, really positive. I think after last week where we played some really good football, created some good chances, the focus was on putting them in the back of the net today. So we did that quite early on. It was a bit, to be fair to them, they're always going to come out and give us a go. They're 6 games unbeaten, so they haven't lost a game this season, so they're going to be in good habits. And from the start, they gave it a good go against us, but it was good quality from Kai down the left into Brandon and Lucas getting his first goal for the club, which was massive, him being in the box. They're the sort of goals he's going to score. So from there, we had a bit of a confidence lift and we gave it a good go, and then obviously led to them going down to 10 men with a good drive from Jordan. And it was sort of from there that we took the levels above, which I think we needed to take today, and good to give everyone at the ground a 4-0 convincing performance and to progress in the FA Cup.
Yeah, like you say, they come out and really gave it to us in the opening 10-15 minutes. Was that something that's expected, obviously being an FA Cup game and then being in the league below us? Were they always going to come here and do that to us?
Yeah, I think you've got to look at the FA Cup and go, rarely ever is it always that the favourites go and dominate the game of football. So we knew there's always a possibility for a banana skin. I've already seen a couple of results at the moment that you wouldn't expect to go that way. So we needed to make sure with us that wasn't going to be the case. They matched us a little bit, but when we look into the numbers, Tom actually didn't have a shot to save. So that's sort of a good positivity. And when we look at the last 2 games, there's 2 clean sheets as well. So we'll definitely take where we're at.
How good is this win for Margate? Obviously last week was a frustrating 0-0 draw in the league. To go out there and put 4 goals past an opposition today and get a 4-0 win and another clean sheet, how important is that now for us moving forward? Really
important. It's a confidence boost, but I think the confidence was always in the change room. There wasn't any negative words said last week because, like we said, we all that were at the game knew it was a dominant performance and it was a good enough performance to win the game. We just didn't put the chances away. So today, falling for Lucas, falling for myself, and we've put those chances away, so that's hopefully getting our numbers and confidence up a little bit, and the ambition has to be now to get other players on the scoreboard and take that into next week.
As you mentioned, Lucas getting his first goal, first competitive goal for Margate. How important is that for a striker to get your first goal for a new club?
Definitely. I think sometimes you look into too many details and how you're playing, how you're setting the ball, where you're affecting the game, and that's sort of down to us a little bit, but the number one goal has to be, as a striker, you come in, you're looking to score goals, and he's done that today. I think he probably would always want more. He's got that hunger to get more. So it's brilliant to have a player like him in the team, and he's going to keep pushing for more, and I'm sure he's going to give myself, Ibs, Bessie, Vinny, Jordan, attacking players competition to let's see who can score the most goals, and we're going to have a bit of fight between us because we're not all going to play week in, week out, but it's going to be a competitive edge and we're looking forward to it.
At this point, would you say you and the management team are really seeing the team gelling together how you'd like, or are there still little bits that you're looking to tweak?
Do you know what, I'm really happy with the fact I don't feel like we need to add. That's a massive positive. I think there's been times over the years where you're always looking outside who's doing well, and don't get me wrong, we've still got our eyes out. There's still always conversations to be had, but at the moment we don't need to add anything because we've got the depth. Players are coming on, like Rossi today. Obviously Harrison's struggling a little bit, and Rossi's coming on and putting a really good performance as well. So I just feel like the players that are coming into the team are still adding to the game. Vinny, lots of energy today, so it's a really positive thing to have. And like I said, we're looking forward to that competition. And at the moment, not looking outside of things, we're just looking in that change room. We're looking to build the change room.
Just want to touch on you personally. Obviously 3 goals today, leading by example, as I say. How much does that motivate the team when they've got someone like yourself, the manager, that's really going out and then putting in those sort of performances?
I think we've got a good enough team to understand, and I said at half time that I'm going to be critical as a coach, but there will be times as a player maybe I'm not doing enough, and you have to take that from a different frame of mind, and I'm always the most critical person on my performances, so I'll always look at the things that I could do better, and we have to understand that what's being said is from a management perspective, and then obviously as a player I've got to make sure I'm also putting in my performances to make sure I'm doing enough for the team and keeping my place in the team. So like we said, that keeps us fighting together, and it's good for myself but also good for the team to see players performing. And then obviously, like we said, which probably goes unnoticed in a day like today, is defenders again, another clean sheet. They kept them quiet and they kept us ticking over, and we're playing good enough football. So there's a lot of positives to take, but I may be taking the glory in the match will home, but at the end of the day there's a lot of other people that did all the ugly work and the other stuff to really affect the team positively.
Obviously, Loxwood in the first half, going down to 10 men after a tackle on Jordan. Does the mindset switch at that point of the game, given that we've seen so many games where teams with 10 men can then go on and win the game or draw the game? Does the mindset shift?
It does. I mean, because we were 1-0 up, it probably changed things mentally for them. It was early on in the game for them, so that was a big uphill task. If it's 1-0 and there's 10 minutes to go, you never know that there might be a bit more of a fight. But I think with us, it probably switched our mentality in a way that we needed to be more patient. We were rushing things, we were forcing things in the first half, and probably rather than the second half where we dominated a lot of the ball, we switched the ball a lot, and we used the extra man a little bit better and created more opportunities. And I think we come in at half time, we said we'd only had 2 shots on target, and they were the 2 goals. Whereas the second half created a lot more opportunities, entered the box a lot more times, and caused them a little bit more problems, and that was just from being patient. So I think once the 10 men happened, it probably settled us down a little bit, which every game there's going to be nervy moments. I think every team will always give you a go, no matter what level. But from there, the patience, the quality on the ball definitely improved.
Obviously, moving ahead to Friday night now, we're back in league action away at Ashford United. Do have a couple of old Ashford boys in the ranks in the squad. Is that an advantage to us or not?
I think they're a different team. You always want to play against your old club, you always want to score against your old club. It can go both ways. Sometimes it can get in your head a little bit too much, but they're a different team now. So I imagine if it had been the same coaching staff and things, there might be a little bit more of an edge to it. But they've got a lot of good players, they've got a lot of experienced players. Results may not have gone their way every single game so far. However, we know how much quality they've got, and we know the resources they've got as well. So it's going to be a tough game. It's away from home. It's our first away game, so we're looking to put on another good performance, and really our objective has to be is just to keep working hard.
Cheers, mate.
All right. Cheers, guys.